3-7 record for the Atlanta Reign here. NYXL 5-3, but you can kind of throw some of these map records out the book because it's a whole new game, whole new meta.
Exactly, so they may be feeling a bit more confident on the map. That is still an interesting stat to look at, just because I mean, it's not a home map for Atlanta Reign.
Yeah.
If you're not winning on it, considering when you lose right now in these series, you get to pick the next map. So your tendency is going to be going to a home map, a map that you feel comfortable on, you're strong on.
Some interesting heroes here. Because New York is running the Bastion, they're also going to run a Mei with it as well to get some extra walls. And to try to counter this, Urster's gone over to the Genji. Not the first time we've seen him play Genji in the playoffs here.
Question is, did he bring his parka, Hex? Because Libero is not going to be letting Urster run around. Urster, he's got a terrifying Genji. He's sick. But with that Mei there, it's going to be making it really difficult for him to get in there because he's just going to get beamed down. He can't reflect that damage or that CC. He needs his teammates to step up here and find a kill. And it's going to be tough because the Lantern is there, but Mono somehow caught out in the open. Baby pounces. And that's exactly what you need.
Well, you're asking a lot for your main tank on the ground because it's just 1v3 up here with Urster, and they're giving all the support to save Bjorby. Meanwhile, on the ground, someone's got to be standing on the point. That task falls, unfortunately, to Mono. He sits there, and the rest of Atlanta just collapses on it.
Interesting. That just felt like Atlanta had the read. Hands down, knew exactly how to just completely eviscerate that defense. And so New York XL, 5.5 minutes on the clock, or 5 and 10, rather, for Atlanta Reign. But New York XL just go for the changes. Instantly, SBB is going for the Reaper.
You have to get off Bastion here, so they do switch that up. They are going to stay on the Mei. Both teams with the Coalescence out. Baby Bay's got a Death Blossom, and he's hiding around the corner here. No one's checked him yet. Oh, now he gets checked.
Ah, shucks. Ruining his fun. He's getting all excited. It's like when you're playing matchmaking, you're just picturing how much of a hero you're going to be. That's what Baby Bay was doing, and then it just all gets ruined. All ruined. Nice teleport into the back line. He's got the Blossom. He's going to be looking for it. They're halted in. Perfect play, but the stun is there. Meko. What a hero. That is perfect. Could have used the stun earlier, but he held on to it, and that was a solid play from him.
You've got to hold it. You have to hold it in that instance because they don't have a Doomfist, so you can't even get the stuns from the Doomfist there to try to kill the Reaper. So the only great counter to a Death Blossom coming in at you, which they knew they must have had because Baby Bay crushed that first point and chunked through tanks, the only counter is going to be the Accretion, the Rock, chucks him in the face, and they stop that Death Blossom. It's the most variable ultimate of the game. It can kill a whole team, and it can also do nothing.
Flux is up. Let's go. Urster trying to do additional damage. Urster! He takes his pound of flesh. He takes down Libero, blows him up. Soundbear is thrown in by Masha. But they've got this one. Atlanta Reign, that was sick. Meko just trying to make the difference there, trying to get the pick, but Urster would just not be taken out of the fight.
Sabiovi's going to go die in the cart. Dogman appreciates the donation there. And now another change comes in for the NYXL as Libero moves off of the Mei. Didn't get any value out of that hero during his lives on it. We'll go over to the Doomfist. There will be another fight before checkpoint here. And this is an area of the map that we have seen really decide this map. If you get stalled out on the offense here, the walk back is so long.
Exactly. We've seen teams just push all the way back there. Nice attempt at the smash. Mono, though, able to make himself an immovable object, essentially, does not get slammed into the wall, and so will survive. Libero, however, can't say the same. Masa gets splattered, and now Urster looking to use the Meteor Strike aggressively. He can't find a target, though, and the rest of his team is dead. So New York XL once again stabilizing right before the second point.
Another huge stun there to really ruin Urster's day from Meko, and New York has stabilized a little shy of 3 minutes there on the clock. They invested almost everything that they had, but same can be said for Atlanta. No ultimates on the board. Libero is getting the closest to it. He gets a couple of kills. He'll have a Meteor Strike. Use that as an escape or to use it in combination with a halt. There's so many basic abilities that mean so much in this meta, especially when you're in mirror matches. The halts can decide entire fights.
Libero, what's he gonna do? Slam a jam. Oh, the stun, the focus fire. Survives it with 2 HP. Manages to get the Meteor Strike off, and yeah, he's gonna use it defensively. Get out of harm's way. Nice attempt there from Baby Bay to go for the long-range shot. He was low enough to die, but Libero still lives to fight another day, and they are hanging in this. New York XL deciding to crank it up. Coalescence used by Jonak. Now the bongos here from Mono. The damage is going to go through the roof, and Gator gets blown up.
Great play there from Jonak to keep everybody alive with the Coalescence. It was really close for a lot of those players. During the Flux, he doesn't even aim at the sky. He aims where his players are going to land, so they land into his healing beam. The escape from Libero with 2 HP, though.
That's nuts. That is crazy. Great CC on him as well. Just
Both of these Sigmas are playing really well using their CC, and it's a skill shot, too. It's not this instant flashbang kind of thing. It's got some travel time to it.
That's what they're just getting enough practice, and also they're pros.
Also
they have that quality. They are going to be mechanically gifted, no matter how you cut it. And well, Baby Bay right now hunting for a target, and he gets Sabiobi. Sabiobi sent back to spawn is not going to help things here for the New York XL. And surprise, surprise, Baby Bay going to go ahead for the Blossom. Doesn't get the credit for the mono kill, but still forced him into the open, and that's all he wanted.
Yeah, this one is all over. Atlanta will equalize, take the fight very quickly. Let's add some time to the clock. 2:20 to try to finish out Kings Row.
Yeah, so home stretch territory now. But both support ultimates up for both teams. This means that there's going to be a lot of throughput here for both of these teams. Means they're going to be able to hang in these fights. And Libero is about to get his Meteor Strike online as well, so we'll have that get out of jail free card. Nice spot. Going to be able to spot out SBB, knock him into the back line, forcing those cooldowns out, and that's going to make life vulnerable, or difficult rather, for SBB. But they're playing it safe so far. Neither team wants to overextend because this is within striking distance now for Atlanta Reign. A good fight can put them right at the doorstep of 3 points.
New York a little bit ahead as far as the ultimate battle goes. Meko's going to have Flux a little bit quicker than Gator, but you can pump out so much damage on Sigma that might not end up being the case.
Into the back line we go, and they didn't know it. Insta-kill! Oh, that was so sick and just unfortunate there for Atlanta Reign. Looks like he was just able to place that teleport out of their range or out of their line of sight, so they had no idea that SBB was setting up that flank.
It's a nice team kill, but at what cost here? They had to burn the barrier. Through that fight, barrier gone now. Animo used it a little late in that fight to really secure that they'd win it, but now you're going to be going into a Flux from Gator. Meko gets there first.
He does. Pokepo, he's fine. Timing works out here. Sound barrier used to counter out the damage. Libero's into the back line then trying to capitalize on that. And so far, nobody goes down. In fact, the bongos here from Mono, making life pretty difficult for Atlanta Reign. Baby Bay just has to sack it and go for that play, trying to drop him, and he does. There's a chance now, though, for the Atlanta Reign to push back here versus the New York XL. Jonak is going to get the Coalescence. He wishes he had that just a second ago, but we've lost Dogman for the Atlanta Reign, and this is a good fight here for the New York XL.
Very close. You want to get this supercharger down, but it's right around the corner. Jonak can't get to it with the beam. Sabiobi has to throw himself in at it. Gives his life up. This one's close, but Atlanta has the guys to get there. Will continue pushing this payload.
That was so clutch from Pokebo, the positioning of that bongos. Definitely thinking with the Coalescence up that Jonak has got that in the bag,
yeah,
but they managed to turn it around.
And Sabiobi had to go after it. He goes deep into the enemy line to take care of that bongo. Ends up having to give up his ghost. Final push for Atlanta. We're going to get into overtime here.
Let's see it. All the barriers up, though. Whoa, knocked out of position. Mono at risk. The Blossom get used by Baby Bay, but no targets there. Everybody hiding behind the barriers. They will survive it. And now Erster trying to cut this team in half, trying to force them out of position. Sabiobi goes down, and that's a great halt combo. That's textbook stuff. Working together as a team. It's looking so good now for Atlanta Reign to pick up 3 points on Kings Row. They'll do it in overtime, but they will get the job done.
Gator's addition to this team on the Sigma cannot be overlooked. He gets his ultimate so quickly, and they have really integrated him into the roster immediately. These combos look clean from Atlanta. They will finish Kings Row in overtime.
So clean. We'll be right back right after this.
Support your team with the official Overwatch League Coca-Cola bottles at CokeStore.com. Ships to all 50 U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and U.S. P.O. boxes.
That's Gator for the Atlanta Reign. He's a monster right now. We were just talking about him going into the break, but Gator has certainly turned up for the Atlanta Reign. He's making such a big difference, along with Baby Bay. The two of them are looking fantastic right now.
Sigma has replaced Winston a lot in this meta. Well, you don't see a ton of Winston here, but get your Winston skin. Our grand final winners from last year. London's out of it, but you can still dress like them. The legendary skin available until September 16th. It's a good-looking skin.
It was so clean.
You gotta rock the Gesture skin, really. That's what it is. Gesture was their Winston for him. But if you wanna, say goodbye to London the right way, grab that Winston skin. We'll see what these teams want to run. It does seem like Atlanta is mirroring the strategy that New York employed on the defense. Well, momentarily they were.
Oh,
this is odd.
So they TP them behind the wall for a potential flank.
Yeah, there's a Mei and a Sigma hanging out in Tell right now.
That just looks to me like a great way for them to get cut off and killed, and then you've got a 4v6. So we'll see how this plays out here. Baby Bay, he is going to be able to make his way back to this fight in time as well. So it's timed out. They've got the strategy, and they're on that high ground. Teleported through, though, and now New York just going to go ahead and break right on through this point. No problem there at the choke point. Barriers are down, but Libero loves that. He's going to nom on those all day and start getting beefier and beefier.
Yeah, the Mei completely negated by the use of the teleport. You usually want to run a Mei and wall people off, but they're just dancing around wherever they are.
I don't know, like this. I mean, but the Mei wall isn't even going to last long because there's a Bastion here just going to be cranking damage into it along with the Sigma. What are you going to do? You got no shields to hide behind.
Well, they do halt them onto the low ground, but that is a main tank caught dead to rights. Are they going to get this kill? No! Baby Bay comes in and peels.
What is this unbelievable play from Baby Bay? A triple from him. Sends the New York XL back to spawn, and just like that, we're going to see the New York XL changing up, and yet both SBB and Libero going to change the heroes, so no longer will we have a Symmetra to get through the wall.
The halt was so good from Pokepo, too, just to pull him off of the high ground there. It's the mini grab. We talk about that being one of the best abilities in the entire game. So much of this meta is based around halt plus. Halt plus anything.
Yeah. And the teams are getting so good at it, but now the Mei wall, exactly. Flux over the top, yanks a couple, sends them packing. Boom, not quite. Yes, sets up the kill for Jonak. Solid work coming in here from Gator. And well, yeah, man, without the Symmetra, you're not getting through that without getting one of your tanks cut off from the rest of the team.
Well, they got Dogman in that fight, so there's a very brief window on Kings where the respawners are going to be there and an offensive advantage. And right now, New York, they're 6v4 right now because the Lucio Taxi had to go back for Dogman, and Atlanta is forced to give up positioning because of this.
And they know it, but there it is. They're back into it. There's the coalescence from Dogman. So now onto the point we go for the fight. Urster gets knocked out of position when he goes for that Blizzard. Where did it go?
Might have got stunned out of it.
Oh man, canceled the animation. That's unbelievable. Baby Bay going for the Hail Mary. He gets one, takes down Libero, but he dies himself. That's not really going to help things here for his team. We do get the bongos thrown down. Mono's going to get his online here in just an instant as well.
Sabiobi's behind. He's above and behind them.
Yeah, now we get the push, but the Mei wall's there. Trying to block, trying to create line of sight issues here for the New York XL. New York decides now's the time to barrier, so Animo is going to make that happen for the team. And Atlanta Reign just trying to battle back, trying to hope that somebody on New York XL is going to overstep their grounds. Single tick of permanent progress picked up here for New York XL. That's 2 ticks now. And SBB on the back line, on the flank, looking for the kill on the tank. Trying to take down Pokepo, but Gator's there to connect him. Still going to go the way of New York XL, though. 2 kills coming through for New York.
The halt pulls him up, just drops him into Sabiobi's lap. He chunks in all the damage in the world. Let's see how this ult gets canceled here. There's a small window where you can cancel this animation. Yep, stunned right out of it. That's brutal. I've lost many a pulse bombs in similar situations.
That's such a key ultimate, though. To lose it that way, that's a painful one there for Atlanta Reign. That might have made all the difference. Instead, we see New York XL picking up the first point here on Kings Row. Yeah. 3 minutes in the bank for them to work with going into the second.
And you would think some of these wind-up ultimates you'd be living pretty because there's no diva. Yep. But there's so many things that can stun you out of it that it's just as bad.
Not quite there. Libero once again. Do we get a halt? Do we get a halt? Halt combo, halt combo. Oh, they go right into it! Oh, that's unfortunate for the Atlanta Reign. 2 kills. Urster trying to make the difference. I do believe Baby Bay's about to go down here. SVP, yep, will collect, and it is the New York XL winning that early defensive fight here. Atlanta Reign, they try to take the fight early.
Yeah,
That's admirable.
Well, it's good because it's decent stall for them. They're going to be in a decent position to come back here and fight at the second point. Again, this is where a lot of the brawls on Kings Row happen. This is where defenses can often stabilize. Now, in their bank, they have a barrier to try to defend against Meko. Both teams with a Death Blossom as well.
Oh, Flux in. Everybody dodges it, though. Frustrating turn of events there from Echo. Cooldowns all ready for Atlanta Reign.
They didn't even have to use barrier.
Yeah. So now they've got barrier for this next fight, and they're looking to just win it outright. Can they deny the second point here to New York XL? Jonak's got the Coalescence, but it's mirrored by Dogman. And now you're going to get the counter Flux thrown in, but Animo, he's got a sound barrier, so he's going to cancel that out, and that opens it up for SBB to move in, punish Erster, Libero, splatters Pokpo, and the New York XL making great progress here.
Just perfect ultimate usage there to back up with your Coalescence, keep everybody alive, not investing the barrier, knowing that Gator is about to get there on his ultimates. They use nearly everything, but that's a fight, that's a point on the map that I'm fine with. If you have Q, hit it, because I don't want to walk back here and take a minute just to set up again. Good usage there. Now, here's a scenario. Atlanta finished in overtime, which means if New York finishes with over a minute, they're going to have a chance to attack and Atlanta will not.
Wow, he's just going in. No fear here in the eyes of Libero. He was low on HP. He knows his teammates are going to be there to support him. Jonak with the heals just cranking him out. And now you've got Libero on high, looking for a pick. Finds it. Dogman gone. And in the meantime, SBB wins the duel versus Baby Bay.
So much healing. Like,
They're
losing your
fantastic.
Moira is brutal. Atlanta's doing a good job of stalling this out because they know the situation I just talked about. They don't want to be put in a draw situation.
Hex, did you just see that? I don't even think that it was intentional. The Libero just body blocked Erster trying to get out of there. Because Erster trying to punch his way out. Libero just dashes right in front of him. Like, you're not going anywhere, bro.
2:15 on the clock. New York can prevent a loss here by finishing quickly.
Well, now you're just going to have the Bastion. What do we got to work with, though? It's going to be Atlanta. Couple of kills right on the edge. New York, they've got the contest going as well. They're playing this by the book on the side of Atlanta Reign.
New York's leaving. Jonak is going to be the sacrificial lamb on the cart while Animo skates on the walls and gets out of there. New York has another shot at this one to finish with over a minute. Sabiobi, Death Blossom, Meko, Mano, Libero, all going to get there. There's no Lucio on the field right now. So Atlanta can't deny the Flux.
Good point. Lantern might play the difference. We'll see. There
Lantern
are
could be
ways,
good,
but
yeah.
You got to get rid of it first. We'll see Atlanta just dancing on the edge right now. They may be wanting to try and save the Lantern to save Baby Bay. But Meko's got the Flux ready, and this is what the man was designed to do. Break
He's got to be
bunkers.
careful, though, because when he gets up in the air, Bastion can just shred him. Bastion's damage fall-off has been changed about 6 months ago or so. The cone's a little tighter, so at a distance, Bastion can still be very dangerous.
Oh, there it is. Flux into the back. Onto the Bastion, hoping to go ahead and smash him. Not going to happen, though, because the Lantern was there for Masa, and so they will survive it. Atlanta Reign, somehow Pokemon gets overwhelmed. Mono, of all people, picks up that kill. But now you got tank mode coming in from Baby Bay, hoping to connect some rockets. But, oh, great positioning from Meko. Able to deny most of the damage coming in from Baby Bay. The Baby Bay.
Only for a moment. They're still trying to fight this one. New York's got 3 there. They get the Bastion down.
Oh, through the Lantern as well. The window of pain is there, but unfortunately, no Bastion to take advantage of it. Masa trying to dance, trying to stay alive as best he can, and Dogman doesn't even care. He's just going for damage outright. Not interested in trying to keep his teammate up. They're trying to beam him down. If they can send New York XL back to spawn with 25 seconds left, New York are just going to run out of time.
Oh, we got a Reinhardt and a Hammond on the field. What is this? It's just to get back in contestant time.
This is quickly turning into the final fight here, Hex.
It is.
Oh, so frustrating. Mono trying to pin Baby Bay. Not going to happen. Atlanta Reign looking like they're going to win this one out. They've got everybody alive still. Baby Bay hanging on by a thread. Sabiobi trying to do the best he can to focus Pokpo, and he will. There's a Blossom coming through for SBB. 2 kills for him. A third on Erster. SBB coming in through clutch for his team right now at the very end, and it might just be enough to tie it up. Monster the last one here, and it's not going to be for long. They've done it. New York XL collect 3 points.
In one of the strangest team comps you'll ever see. I guess it's got a 100% win rate because I've almost never seen that comp played in the playoffs. Just to get back to the cart, the Hammond is alive long enough to get Minefield to close it out. We're going to do Kings Row again right after this.
Hey, Hex.
Yes?
What did both of these teams manage to do on their offense?
I hate when you do these things. They both managed to finish the map, so we're going to do King's Row again. Each team will get a minute in their time bank.
Wrong.
What
That's exactly
specific
right.
answer are you looking
Both
for?
of them, they both managed to play with Sigmas.
Yeah, New York was actually had a chance to just straight up make sure that Atlanta couldn't win, but Atlanta's defense on the last point, very good. New York clutch it out in the final seconds with just the strangest tank line ever and getting people back in. They make it work. Now, only a minute on the clock for the Atlanta attack. New York playing very defensively, playing pretty far back, but no Bastion on the fields.
No Bastion this time. They realized perhaps that they were a bit vulnerable there. Things could have gone differently on the defense for New York, and they also know this is Atlanta Reign's push. We're almost at the 30-second mark left of what Atlanta Reign have got to work with here. So this is a must-win sort of situation now for Atlanta Reign. They need to crack the defense instantly, and New York are not willing. This is playing to New York's strengths. The defensive team just waiting for you to come to them. Oh, that was perfect. You're not going to stop that bullet. Arster just slams Meko. That's huge. One of the barriers is gone, and now Arster's just looking to go on a tear, smashing in the damage. Libero trying to turn it around, will find a kill on him. So that's 2 ticks of permanent progress picked up for Atlanta Reign.
This coalescence enormous, though. It's going to allow New York to get back in for a moment, but Dogman has the better goal.
Oh, what a gator smash there. That was a 6 stone to the face. Stun is through, and they pick up 1 point. Atlanta Reign looking so good here versus the New York Excel. This is Atlanta Reign's pick as well, this map. Yeah, Gator versus Meko in terms of ult charge right now is bonkers. Gator's just hitting everything though, man. Yeah. He's playing at a level above. He's done over 2,000. He's done nearly 2,000 more damage than Meko has so far this match. Lagging behind on the final blows. It's actually really even between the two. It's just in that fight right now, Gator, he's got the flux.
Atlanta switches to a version of the pirate ship, put a big gun on the payload, put some shields in front of him, and just let Bastion go to work. Dogman on the Baptiste now to give the immortality field if Bastion gets in trouble. You either need a Baptiste or a Mercy with this.
There's the grab. It turns out this guy is a saltwater Gator. Dropping him, but it's not enough. New York Excel. It's back and forth right now. Gator refuses to say die, but the rest of his team can't say the same. They are gone, and Gator the last man alive here. It is not going to be for long. 4-3.
The final score here for Atlanta Reign on their offense. Now we're going to be changing sides. We're going to see what the New York Excel are capable of on their turn.
NYXL had a really cool setup on that defense where they just put people everywhere. They were coming from behind, they were coming from above, from each side. The last thing you want to do against a Bastion is run face first into it. So they put their damage healers behind them and flanking them, and then 3, 2, 1, collapse. Everybody go in, everybody shoot at Bastion, which is, you know, it's a valid strat. Good push, though, for Atlanta.
Yeah, no, they're looking solid, Hanks. They're looking solid right now. But New York Excel, can they do the same? Can they do the same? A minute is not a
that is really just about it. We're going to see exactly, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Libero came from behind. And then everybody collapses.
Oh, that couldn't have gone better. Oh, that couldn't have gone better. Easiest kills of his life.
Yep. Libero, one of the most versatile players in the league, sometimes gets forgotten about on this NYXL team just because he's so consistently good at everything.
Yeah, just makes me wonder, why can't people just stand still for me like that, Hex? Like when I'm trying to play the Fist. What's that about? Come on. All right, well, we got the Fist, we got a mirror
match here. No change in strategy from either of these teams. New York Excel now on the offense. And it is going to be shotguns and fists.
An important map for Atlanta to win, not only to tie it up, but you always want to win your map picks. When you start losing the map you picked, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, you do not want that, and that would be a massive turn of events here for New York Excel, especially given the fact that Atlanta Reign have won the past 2 matches between these 2 teams, and there it is. Libero, right when his team needs him, coming up with a big kill. Attempt at a stun there from Gator, but that's a first tick picked up here for New York Excel.
The halts and the punch.
Running into each other. Baby Bay, though, the assassin, does not miss the opportunity, and Animo goes down as well. Not looking too hot here for the offense.
Terrible for New York. They get a single kill, but time is running out. 15 seconds remain. Meteor Shark's going to go into the back line.
Trying to go for the stagger. The ultimate insult. That would have been fantastic. Instead, New York Excel now. Are they going to be able to get a body on this point to touch it? Looks like it. Oh, nice delay. and they just barely sneak it. Libero has to fully commit in there. He does manage to get out top harm's way. Jonak is there with a kill on Erster. Unreal. If they manage to pull this off New York, that will be insanely clutch, and it is still possible. Libero's there to take down Gator, and the defense is crumbling. Atlanta Reign will not hold on the first point, and now it is all about the next fight. New York XL in overtime, mirroring their opponents.
This is something that holds over from last year that I've always admired about New York, is they always have a plan for these last-second touches, these last-second overtimes, so they have to get somebody in there. Whether that's, triple blinking on Gibraltar to get to touch the cart, which is like the iconic NYXL play, or to not panic and just wait a second. They're like, just wait for coalescence, someone go in, I'll heal you in Wraith form. Like, they just have a plan when it comes to these critical moments, and they execute it very well.
And they're going to have the ultimates as well. Flux is through, everything getting thrown in here. Very few places to hide for the Atlanta Reign, and this is a must-win fight for them. Gator and Erster are already gone, and they're getting blown up. SVB even decided to throw the Blossom in here. Absolutely wanting to destroy the Atlanta Reign defense, the New York XL, slam them, and they will extend their lead. 2 maps to 0. There is nothing the Atlanta Reign can do to stop this.
Libero got fluxed and then just shot Gator in the face.
Sick